Hello, fellow humans and resellers. It is I, James, ReadoptionAgency.com, 22 years selling full-time on eBay. Never mind. What's going on, everybody? I'm supposed to go in to make me look cool. So apparently I had a Tommy Hilfiger shirt. Is this like jacking up or is it just me? It's looking funky. Cole Medina. The baby girl's in the house. Baby girl's in the house. Baby girl's in the house. Yeah. And I guess I forgot to put Tommy Hilfiger as the brand Hilfiger. So it was unbranded and their automatic thing took it down and said it was a fake. Of course, thankfully, there was no strike against my account. So, because then I would have had to call in and go, look, your bot's taking this stuff down just because I forgot to type in the brand in the damn brand in the item specifics. So please stop being a pain in the booty hole. Pain in the booty hole. All right, so I went ahead and without revising, submit my whole store. Took 2 hours and 15 minutes. Up until, let's see, it was 12:30ish when I started. I only had $150 for the day. 1 o'clock, $150. So that was looking like maybe a $400 or less day. And I'm like, what the hell's going on, right? So I started about 12:30 or so. So in between 1 o'clock and 1:30, boom, 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 ended up having like $325 in sales within a half hour. It more than doubled what I had done all day. So I don't think that was off of what I was doing. I think it felt, because I didn't have any sales for quite a while. So it felt like that whole backlogging with eBay, then all of a sudden you get everything at once. That's what it felt like. And then here this evening, it's been very, very spotty with what's going on. We are at 7:15 right now, and I'm only at $496, which again is going to feel like about a $600 day. So it doesn't look like revising without revising and then submitting has really done anything, at least at this point. I'll run it, let tomorrow run as normal. Won't do anything tomorrow to see what happens then. If that's the case, then the next step will be to do my whole store, but change everything by 1 penny and see if that does anything. So that'll be the next step. But we'll wait through tomorrow and see if it does anything. So as of right now, 33 items sold, 16 organic, 17 promoted. So that's a plus. At least my organics are up. But my promoted are down. So, and as far as organic views, 527. That looks like it's going to be higher than the 800. So we're at 7 p.m. I go till 2 a.m. So it's possible it could beat the 800. But that's still got about 950. So it might be right about the same. Because then we're going to be shooting for 11 to 1300 after that, or 11 to 1400. So it's definitely not going to get there. So it's looking like it's still going to be in the same field for at least the half a day that I have under my belt after doing the process. So we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. So as of right now, it does not look good, like it did anything at all. So that's at least good to know. But we'll have a more definitive answer, I think, tomorrow. Questions and comments? I'll take one. Sweet. Yeah, I threw out a little filler out there with my I gave another clue today on what's coming out. And you can pressure Marcus Dixon's Pickens. You can pressure Primo and Spam, and you can pressure Josh Gobb into trying to tell them get the answer from them what it is, you can pressure them, but they won't break. They're the only other 3 people that know what it is. So, because even though I'm launching it with an intended game plan, I have an alternative game plan too for special occasions. But that's all I'm going to say. So hopefully it works and takes off and does good. If not, it'll just be 1 month and it'll be dead in the water. I only have to sell about 8 of them to make my money back. So if I only sell 10 and then I just take the other 90 off the market and destroy them, then I'll work on month 2 and see if that will take off. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm just having fun with trying to create something and actually stringing it out because I'm always so mouthy with everything. So Josh Graff says he'll take one. That'll be awesome. Thank you. So I think I have enough sold as of right now to make my money back. So it'll at least be I can do a second month already with the people who said they want to pre-buy one. So. All right, with this morning's video, I think you are onto something here. Excited to see the results. Primo's nuclear reset works, but it is too labor intensive and uses up too many listings. Fingers crossed this works. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to avoid using up listings. So, as I said, as of right now, it doesn't look positive, but we'll see what tomorrow plays out to be. Because there is website issues going on 100% for sure. When doing that process, I kept getting system failure and then have to resubmit my items. Thankfully, I didn't lose them, but there are system errors going on. And then as you saw this morning, there are offer errors still going on. So it's hard to know what plays into what. So Stewie the Giant says, I got The Walking Dead Season 3 on Blu-ray. Great deal, James. You're the best. I'm sorry when you send me coupons, I don't use them in time. I've been seeing the post office more than my bed. Haha. So thank you for your purchase. I've just put that up today. So that's awesome. Thank you. I don't know what's up with this Donald Curtis. He responded. This is funny. He responded on one of my shorts. He said, I told you 3 times now not to contact me. Not to contact me. I said, huh? Question mark. He replies, I do not want. He said, I do, period, not want to hear from you again, period. Thank you. Again, I go, huh? Question mark. Because literally, what are you talking about? I haven't, what do you mean? Why would I have to contact you? I don't even know who you are. He responds, I do not want to hear from you again. Thank you. What don't you understand? So then finally, I went, huh? Again and started hitting her. I'm like, nah. I'm just like, you're on my channel. LOL, then go away. So I'm guessing somebody who doesn't really know how to use tech media too good or something. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there. Maybe all these seller changing tips. Oh, wait, sorry. Is that damn English language again? Maybe all these seller changing this and that on a consistent basis to get sales is causing all the eBay servers to keep crashing. Oh, yeah. We love Pee-wee. That's Miss Spam Banshee. In specific study, you keep everything the same except one variable. So keep everything as is, including promoted and percentage, and change the price or whatever to see if it changes anything. It makes 100 cents, 100% sense. Makes perfect sense. Perfect is 100%. So you know what I was trying to say. So yes, that's a good good. That's what, yeah, I kind of figured that too. So after thinking about it. Adorable. How's he feeling today? Pee-wee is feeling fine today. He seems to be back to his normal self. So that's good. Next up, I've done the 1 cent and I've done the edit description with a period at the end and other things. It really hasn't done much organic wise, so I haven't been doing it. Self-similar is still king. Next up, self-similar used to work well, but now it is so. But this is only tool we have that actually works sometimes. Yeah, I can definitely second that. End and self-similar used to work very nice 4+ years ago when I would do it, and it's not as thorough nowadays, but that could be the items too that I'm selling. CDs over time, hats, more competition. So it could be my items that kind of has made it look like that too. So I'm not sure 100%, so I can't really say. Next up, we've got a little paragraph here. So I've actually heard some and the way I'm reading today, God, I apologize. All right, I'll try to do better here. I've actually heard some resellers say that they go into their store every week or every 3 to 4 days and they change the promoted up and down and they turn it off completely and then turn it back on and they notice sales spikes. And oh, I need a period, please. And notice sales spikes, and also if you change the price and change pictures of old items. Period. Yes. Whew. It's just me today. I don't know what's going on. James shifting them around, not taking it once. Just shifting them around, not taking it once. So if your theory is correct, then we would have to go in every 3 or 4 days and change their promoted rate and occasionally turn it off in their rotation. So depending on the amount of days you want to use, you put your rate high. In the next rotation, you might turn it off. Change your price. I'm sucking at reading today, and you're not using periods very well. Help me. Then do self-similar and other endings that day. And I was doing the cutting promoted off and turning them back on when I started seeing those lull days. And I did get a spike, whether it was because that or because the lull day, something was wrong with eBay, and then the next day there wasn't. I don't know if that, it's so damn hard when the site's not working properly. It's so damn hard. Josh Graff says, I'm excited to see the results of this test. Next up, you are on the right track. Very well spoken. This video ain't very well spoken. Good Lord. Let's see. Last year, I did 20% promoted listings on all my 6,000 listings and never saw an increase in sales. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting the same now at lower percentages than as I was doing at 15. When I was doing 15 and would bump it up to 19 and 20, I didn't see no change at all. So, yeah, I can agree with that. If you're talking promoted listings, so promoted, okay. I know that promoted listings was broken and not working, so I lowered it under 5. But after a while, it didn't work either, so I went back up to 20 and no change. So last week, I stopped promoting listing altogether because I'm down 30% this year with using promoted listings. I think promoted listings hurt your sales. So I stopped using promoted listing, used sell and similar relisted method, raised the price to 10% and used 10 to 30% coupons and used defaulted 30%. I used 30% defaulted sale. It is hit and miss. Yeah, that's why I did that experiment, to try to figure out a percentage that worked fine for my store. And it's still the same. $9.99 and lower is at 5%. $9.99 or $10 and higher is at 7%. Except for clothing, shoes, and hats, that's all at 12%. I think I went up a percentage a little bit on those and it didn't see no difference. So I went back down, if I remember correctly. Or at least the smaller ones. I'm not sure about the close. I don't think I upped the close, but the smaller ones, I think I upped those to like 7 and 8 or 7 and 9 and didn't see really no change. So I lowered them back down. How about turning promoted off every day, like for an hour and turning it back on? The thing about doing it every day is it usually takes supposedly like 24 hours to really be system wide, meaning I guess across the country, across the world, if you will, across all your listings, across all the servers, whatever. I don't, who knows? That's what they say anyway, 24 to 48 hours. But things are usually more, a lot quicker than that. We need to find one of those terminated employees that wants to talk and share knowledge, insights, and information. That would be nice. It couldn't be a rep because reps are left in the dark too. I'm a true believer in that. But one of those managers who are the next step behind them, need to find one of them. This works for me and I promote nothing and never have. I keep scheduled payouts off and cash myself out weekly or so. I will add an item or items to my cart that I believe to be heavily promoted. When I do this, eBay gets my sales up to cover the cost in my cart rather quickly. Then I cash out empty cart. I'm guessing you don't cash it, you don't buy it, you just empty your cart. Wait a couple of days and do it again. I have not heard that theory. So you're saying go get a high dollar item that you believe to be heavily promoted, put it in your cart, let it just sit there, and hire sales. That's a theory. I mean, that's something to try. I mean, you're not hurting nothing by trying that, I guess. So, maybe I'll try that later down the road and see what happens after I do this, what I'm doing right now. That could be an add-on bonus if that works. Be kind of weird if it did, wouldn't it? But you're saying it does, so I don't know. If you've done it more than once, it ain't a coincidence, right? Do you think it has something to do with taxes controlling what they have to pay and account for? No, I think it's all controlled. It's all about promotions. It's about making as much money on promotions, on ads that they can. Like I've said a million times, they want to be an advertising business instead of an e-commerce business, in my opinion. Or at least level. All right. Oh, wait, what's that? A rep told me once to do the reset, but not change anything. And they said it was a simple fix to slow sales, but I didn't trust them. So as of right now, that would be wrong unless something changes within the next 24 hours. Because it doesn't appear to have worked. But something did kick in the sales. Was it that? Was it just a backlog of orders? Like I said, I was at $150 at 1 o'clock. So it could be what I did. My organics are higher today than yesterday already. So maybe it did do something. Maybe it did do something. Tomorrow will be the true test. But it's still looking like I'm only going to make it to $600 today. But take into account, I only had 150 at 1 o'clock. Normally by 1 o'clock, half a day, on my $800 day, I'm usually about $400 by 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, I was at $325, which made it look like it was going to be a $650 day. All right, we got some sold stuff. Let's get through that. We've got this unknown letter R hat. I just took an offer for $5. Taking whatever offers today, of course, just to get some product moved. So that was the latest thing that was paid for, it looks like. Hitchhiker, Radio Saga 3 College Radio CD. That sold for $5. Wilson Phillips CD promo single. That sold for $14. First Things First audiobook. That sold for $4.20. We got The Viewer, Walking Dead. That sold for $9. So thank you for the purchase. Appreciate that. We've got 100 Years of Serving Agriculture cap. Farmers. That sold for $9.50. We've got a Wii booklet only, Super Mario Galaxy 2. That sold for $4.20. We got some Asics women's shoes. Those sold for $12. We got the Nebraska Cornhuskers visor. That sold for $10. We got Eon CD. Sold for $5. We've got ESGR, Employer Supportive Guard and Reserve hat. Sold for $8.50. We've got the New Orleans French Quarter hat, sold for $7. And then we got, are you ready for a comic book lot? So, the lots sold for $49 plus shipping. And then they came back in and bought this Hulk number 36 for $10.50. So $59 total for all these. And there's 15, and 10 comics. So 30, 60, 70 comics. So 71 comics for $59. So these were all, dollar-ish comics. So got almost $1 a piece out of them. Not counting fees, obviously, but. So just a bunch of different ones. Biggity bam. Biggity bam, yo. Oh, let's do sales for last month. Now, I noticed something different here. Okay, so I hit my sales. I go to last month. Then I select all the eBay sites and generate the report. But then my top 5 disappear when I do that. I have to go in and just do US only to get my top 5. Now, my top 5 did appear before when I clicked all of them, so I don't know why it's not doing it now. So I don't know if that's a change or a bug. So for April 2024, my total sales were $21,150.68. It was up 12% from the month before. Selling cost was 46.4%, so under 50. I knew it was going to be up because of me lowering my low dollar items back down. So I expect that to be a little bit higher next month, depending on how much, the percentage of how much high dollar stuff compared to the low dollar stuff. So the net sales, $9,896.18. That was only up 0.3% though, even though the rest was up 12%, which would make sense with my low dollar items. So quantity sold, 1,293 items. That's up 23%. With an average sale price of $16.36, that is down 9%. So let me take off all the other sites. So these are just going to be the top 5 sold on the US site. So number 5 for April 2024 is Vinyl Records, coming in at $652.17 for the month. That's up 43%. So that's good. Actually, all of them are up. Coming in at number 4, the one I'm working on kind of working on behind the scenes to get it into my top 3 and to be one of my $1,000 per week items is men's t-shirts. Men's t-shirts, $768.18. That's up 18.6%. I picked up a lot of t-shirts this past weekend. There's an offer. A lot of t-shirts this past weekend. So I've been taking pictures of t-shirts yesterday and today. So going to be working on those. Number 3, as most always, cassette tapes. $1,508. That's up 1.8%. Man, I got so many cassettes in storage I wish I could just get to and just go on a listing spree with cassette tapes, but they're so far deep in the storage areas. Number 2, as usually most of the time, music CDs. $3,773, up 31.4%. We're looking for 4,000 on that for a 4-week period. To get $1,000 per week, it needs to be about 4,000. So we were $230 off of music CDs of making that goal. But number 1 has made that goal. That is men's hats. $4,309, up 9.8%. So my hats, $1,000 per week for April. CDs, almost $1,000 per week. So as you know, the long-term goal is to try to get my top 5 items all in the $1,000 per week category. Cassettes, I got a feeling cassettes are probably going to eventually drop down under t-shirts. Since when I go thrifting, I find more t-shirts than cassettes. And my cassettes are buried in my storage lockers. So. Honorable mention, I'm going to guess probably Major League Baseball, since we're still in the season of. So number 6 on my list is Major League Baseball. $640, up 12.4%. After that's my Blu-rays. My Blu-ray, DVDs and Blu-rays, $549, up 43.8%. So I think my easiest 2 categories that I'm going to be able to get up there, and let's just call it my top 5. My top 5 categories, I believe I can make $1,000 per week on the quickest because of the stock I have and or the easiness to find them. Hats, obviously, CDs, cassettes, t-shirts, and DVDs and Blu-rays. The DVD and Blu-ray is going to depend on how popular they still are and if I can sell them in bulk. So once I get that number really huge in my store, I might start seeing some more bulk buys on DVDs. So that's the hope. But who knows what the summer will bring? Who knows what I'm going to find this summer? Who knows if I'm going to be able to make any connections this summer to bring in a consistent basis of product X. Maybe I find somebody who I can buy vinyl records from consistently. And then that throws it up in the top 5 because of the consistency I'm getting them in. And they're good vinyl, good artists, if you will. So that's all it's going to take, is finding out of one of those 5 categories, and or 6 or 7 of the categories total, is finding the quality fast sell-through of those particular genres. So if I stumble across a huge amount of one of those genres, but it's a fast-moving product from there, whether it's an artist, a style of hat, a t-shirt, vintage t-shirts, or classic rock records. So that will make the difference there. So I think that's it. That's everything. So 7:43 p.m. we are at now, still $496. So I still expect to wake up to about a $650 day. which is going to be the same as the last 4 days. That's kind of a bummer. The rest of my graph is like a roller coaster, except for the 3 800s, and now they're going to be the 5 600s. So something changed in there. What it was, I have no idea, but we'll try to figure it out like I always do. So thanks everybody for hanging out, watching, and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are not, and I will see you all in the next video later.